So let's look at AI and sustainability in the business environment. Please note AI also cuts across process. It also it also cuts across the the third domain as well. We have people, process, business environment. But where you're going to find more questions on AI and sustainability is in the business environment. In the process environment, AI is used in uh, estimating and risk identification. In the people, you can use AI and look at areas of adoption, training, and so on. But we're going to focus more on AI and within the business environment, which is the third domain. So in the business environment, AI helps to shape how organizations make decisions, how they automate their workflows, how they access and manage data, how they assess risk and create value. It also introduces questions of trusting AI, the whether there's a bias to the outcomes that AI produce, also the need for information security and accountability. But when it comes to sustainability in business environment, we're talking about being able to produce long-term value, being able to manage stakeholder expectations, complying with regulation, pressures as regarding environmental, social, and governance in delivery. And this affects both how projects are delivered and what they leave behind. So we're looking at both AI in sustainability and in the business, AI and sustainability in the business environment across five. In governance, the oversight that humans have over AI and data use, while under sustainability, we look at, in terms of governance, in the ability to provide long-term value, being responsible for delivery of project outcomes and making decisions. When it comes to compliance, we're talking about uh, things like AI complying to uh, privacy, user privacy, not being able to use user information for other things, uh, ensuring that there's an AI policy that the organization is complying with. Then, when it comes to sustainability, in terms of compliance, regulation, complying with regulation and responsible practice, as well as complying with the environment, social, and governance. In terms of risk task, we are looking at bias and automation, cybersecurity, data quality, right? So risk in terms of AI automation or where there's bias or data, maybe the AI is built on uh, data that is not correct or large language models that are not so correct. It's going to give us problems. In terms of risk, in terms of sustainability, climate change, sustainability, supply chain, and reputation and resilience. In terms of the task for organization change, we're looking at the adoption of AI by the organization, whether users within organization trust AI, a tool, training required for AI tools, and the role it will impact it will have certain roles in the organization. in terms of organizational change, when we look at sustainability, we're looking at new behaviors that need to be developed, change readiness, and reinforcement. For external changes, we're looking at how AI can lead to market disruption, that AI policy competition. When it comes to external changes for sustainability, we're looking at, uh, we're looking at ESG. That's the environment, social and governance. Look at climate change, and stakeholder participation. So, how AI and technology show up in project controls, right? How does AI show up in project controls? We look at being able to set accountability for AI supported recommendations and decisions. So, not just allowing AI to make decisions, there must be some level of accountability for recommendations and decisions that follow from AI tools. Define where human oversight and approval are required. Manage data quality, privacy, security, and auditability. And use policy and governance guardrails for AI-enabled work. So these are we set controls for AI using AI tools within the organization. For sustainability, how do we look at sustainability in the light of project controls? Include environmental and social impact in decision criteria. So whatever decision you're going to make, ensure that you have considered the environmental impact those decisions will have. So we have reflect yes or responsible delivery expectations where relevant. Consider long-term resilience, not just short-term speed. So resilience, speed matter. Then treat sustainability obligations as part of compliance and oversight. So this is how we use them in terms of project controls. And project controls simply means governance, being able to make put checks and balances, and make decisions during your project. So let's look at the scenarios, right? That we can see AI and sustainability in terms of threats, opportunities, and changes. So for AI, risk may include bias. The AI may be biased, access to poor data, automation failure, or cyber exposure, right? Another risk is new AI regulation policies that may force scope, process, or control changes. AI can also create opportunity through productivity and value delivery. And responses should identify, assess, plan, ownership, monitor risk regarding AI. So let's look at sustainability risk. Risk may include climate disruption, supply instability, or reputation, or new ESG expectations. Environmental regulation may trigger formal change. Sustainability can also create opportunity through resilience and long-term value, and responses should balance cost, impact, compliance. So projects succeed when the organization can stop the change contribute. And we're looking at AI possibility in terms of how to, lead to success in the organization. So in terms of AI, One thing we should look at is the fear of automation, the impact AI will have jobs, and the impact when there's lack of trust in AI outputs. When it comes to AI adoption, we require communication, training, visible human oversight. Continuous improvement can strengthen quality and usefulness of, and we should also use lessons learned to improve future AI-enabled delivery. In terms of sustainability, we we can look at these factors. Teams may need new behaviors, practices, or reporting disciplines. Support change readiness and explain why responsible delivery matters. We look at continuous improvement, which can reduce waste and improve resilience. And we have lessons learned to help future projects deliver more sustainable. So let's look at AI as an external force. AI can lead to market disruption and competitive pressure. It can also lead to changing customer expectations for automation and digital capability, new regulation, policy or enterprise governance for AI, and also need to reassess business case assumptions, controls, and delivery priorities. So, as an external force, we can look at how AI and sustainability can reshape project assumptions, the value we're trying to achieve, and strategy. So, AI can help in these areas. When it comes to sustainability as an external force, we are talking about environmental, social, and governance pressures from regulators, investors, customers, and public, environmental regulation and reporting requirements, climate-related disruptions, resilience needs, and supply constraints. We also have need to reassess viability, risk reputation, and long-term value. So they have different, when it comes to how they impact the organization externally, both for AI and sustainability. So let's look at this scenario. A project is launching a digital service. During delivery, the organization begins using AI tools to accelerate work. At the same time, new ESG reporting expectations on sustainability produce. Also, what some stakeholders raise concerns about data privacy, oversight, and long-term delivery responsibility. So this is where you see AI trying to speed up things, but there's also the need for proper governance, long-term impact value, and how people see AI. So when it comes to governance, who is accountable for AI use and responsible delivery decisions? Who's accountable? So there must be oversight when you're using AI tools. Compliance. Are they complying to privacy rules, security, reporting, or sustainability obligations? Which ones are affected? When it comes to risk, what new AI or climate, reputation, or stakeholder risk now exist? Organization change, do users and leaders need support, training, or reassurance? And when we look at the external environment, do new market or regulatory pressures require adaptation? So these are the things we look at when considering AI possibility. We can look at them in these five: governance, decision making, compliance, risk, organizational change, what has to change, for you to adopt the new AI, and how do you change behaviors and then accept. So this is more or less the end of the training. This because of the feedback we got from the person talked about his exam last week. Please, if you have not, if you were not present for that class, please ensure you watch the video because it will tell you how to prepare for your exam. Because the exam has changed, even the format of the exam has changed. But you get all that information there. So good night and God bless, and see you at the top. Bye for now.